tuning in to Just That Casual Podcast. Prepare for orgasms. You are now tuning in to Just That Casual Podcast.
It's going.
Prepare for orgasms.
We're already here. All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Just That Casual Podcast, where we pretty much just talk about anything, everything, and absolutely nothing. So welcome, guys. For our sponsors, we have absolutely nobody, as usual, because we're a bunch of lamos, but whatever. And for today, I have some... Yeah. So for the guest today, I have a special guest that everybody's been requesting for a while now. Female type, a woman. The beautiful Sabrina. Say hello, Sabrina.
Hello.
And from last week's show, we have the super brown, super sexual, super Casanova, the Mexican Don Juan himself. Manny.
Hello, how are we doing today?
So Manny's back. So basically we're just going to hear and talk about anything and everything, guys. Manny's phone's ringing off the hook as usual. It's the brown Casanova. That's just comes with the game and the territory. You can't fix that. So anything going on this weekend for you guys? Nothing? Haunted house? You guys ready for Halloween?
Yeah.
Are you dressing up? Well, hold on. Let me back this up. Sabrina, tell me about yourself. Who you are, what you're about. I know earlier you talked about you're from
Idaho.
Idaho with a horse background, right?
Yes.
You have a bunch of horses you grew up with?
Yeah. Horses.
Talk about that a little bit.
Chickens.
Sure. So a small farm, essentially.
Yeah, like a little mini something like that. So.
You rode a lot of horses when you were younger?
Yeah. Yeah, rode horses, trained horses. Did the whole
Were you like equestrian type stuff? Or was it more of like roping and
both?
The Western, is that what it's called? The Western style?
I did a lot of like reining and horse showing and stuff like that. And then just ended up doing strictly rodeo because you didn't have to dress up and be super fancy all the time.
Yeah.
Go really fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good deal. Right on. So I have a bunch of friends too that do into it, but they're more towards the dressage.
Yes, like
kind of the fancy Olympic sports instead of the
like jumping and all that.
Yeah, which is cool. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
like
cool.
I've seen it, and like the things they do with those horses.
Yeah,
is, like,
it's ridiculous.
Amazing. But at the same time, I've also seen the stuff with the Western stuff, which is super cool too. Roping and I don't know,
crazy cowboy stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Manny?
Sorry.
What's up with you? What's going on this weekend?
Oh, nothing much, man. I actually had to go to work today. Not too bad. Learned a few things, so,
What did you learn?
Learn how to do, little remote setups and stuff like that, so.
Fucking nerd shit, basically. Yeah. And sweet, and then the discombobulator with the
Can I help you?
flux capacitor.
But yeah, no, my weekend's going pretty well. Yeah. You guys see the moon outside though? That moon was gorgeous. So romantic.
Stop being a fag.
I mean, Jerry was just standing right next to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, check it out.
Yeah.
Don't hold my hand. Got a little
hug.
weird, but it was awesome.
Probably had a hug.
Would have been appropriate.
So Sabrina, we've had a lot of people not call in but email in about having a female's perspective on the show, because usually it's just a bunch of guys and we're talking about trannies and elongated clitorises and just really just dumb shit like that. And so on the last few episodes, we usually talk about this one topic. I always bring it up to the other guests. Chivalry.
Right.
Is it dead? Your perspective on chivalry from a woman's perspective. What do you think?
I don't think it's dead. I don't think it's used as much as it should be used.
Why?
But I see it. I mean, I can't say I don't see it ever, but
Do you think it's dying?
I don't know. Probably. I can see with like the younger generations it's dying.
So you think it's like a lot
More.
to deal with like the millennials?
I do.
That kind of that.
Yes.
Why do you
Definitely
think
like
it is? Do you think it's
20-year-olds-ish. I've
so,
seen been lacking.
I don't know if you listened to the last episode or any of the ones before that. So a lot of the guys say it's the woman that's killing chivalry.
Right.
Do you believe that?
No.
Do you think it's any?
I think it's the guys.
100% the man?
Not 100% the man, but I think you have equal parts in it. I think, one, the girl should be, like, receptive, but I think it's the guy that's just not, like, stepping up and doing it.
Yeah.
Because if, like, a guy steps up and, like, opens the door or whatever for me, like, 100% I let him do it. Like, I don't take offense to it or anything. Like, I think it's great. Like, it shows respect. But I don't think enough guys, like, go and take that extra step and do it, you know?
Do you think there's some chicks that take offense to it as far as, why are you fucking holding the goddamn door open? I can do it myself kind of thing? Or
I could see that, but I think it's kind of stupid if they do in a way. Because,
if the woman...
Yeah, because, I mean, I just see that as like a sign of like respect. Like, no matter, like, if you're a guy or girl or whatever, it's just, like, nice, polite. It's, like, especially if, like, you're dating someone, I think
Sure,
it's just,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Nice. And I think I grew up, though, like, seeing that all the time, you know? Like, my dad opens up the car door for my mom still.
That's the cowboy way, right?
42 some odd years later, you know? And I think that's always just kind of struck me, like, oh, you know, like, no matter what, like, he still does it. Like, that's just... like an endurance, you know, enduring kind of thing to do. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
Manuel,
sir,
do you open doors?
I do. Actually, I do. I still believe in that, and I will probably still do it for the rest of.
You should, and and I do that for with my daughter. She's 13,
Exactly.
So every time we go somewhere, I make sure I open the door for her. I open the door in the car, I open the door in the restaurant, and I always tell her, this is how it is, this is how it should be, it should never be any other way.
Exactly.
If the guy doesn't do it, kick his ass to the curb, because he's a turd.
I think it's like self-respect, like your own self-worth, you know?
Yeah.
And I think girls that get all testy about it probably have some sort of
the
issue.
feminists,
you know?
Quote, unquote.
Independent.
I mean, because I'm super independent, you know?
Well, do you think there's a difference between
an
independent woman and a feminist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
What's the difference?
I would say, like, I'm super independent.
Yeah.
Like, I was just brought up, like, my dad, like, I remember him, like, saying, like, even when I was little, like, I don't want you to depend on, like, a guy for anything. You should be able to know how to, like, change your own oil, do, like, everything.
Definitely.
So I've done everything myself. Like, I don't think it's that, but I think, you know, I think everybody should be, like, equal in their own respect, but then I think there's those extremists on, like, every level that, you know, just take it to where it's ridiculous, and it's like, I can be, like, independent and strong, but I don't have to be crazy.
Would a feminist be crazy? Like, do you think a feminist would be
considered
a crazy?
Yeah, I'm not going to be, like mad if you open the door or do anything. Yeah.
I think in my mind a feminist is like a person that will stand up for every woman in the same room,
every circumstance, regardless of
so they'll like have that strong personality and they're like, you can't talk to a girl like that, or you know, stuff like that.
So
I think in a way
do you think like a feminist is doesn't necessarily think logically? It's just because like, fucking woman, fuck yeah, that's it. No, I don't give a shit what it's about or what it is. It's just women. Yeah, girl power or
no. I mean, because I've
had friends that are feminists.
And
I think it's just the way it's interpreted. So, just like with anything,
the way that you like you put it out there, how you portray yourself, how you know, how you present.
Yeah, there's
the
extremists.
Is
There's
going to
extremists.
be
Yeah,
a difference.
there's definitely ISIS of feminists.
Right.
Complete
Some
radical.
of them that are like crazy or not. Because I've taken like those kind of courses in college and stuff, and like they're pretty enlightening and they're great, you know, and you learn like a lot. But there's also like a time or a place to get your point across.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Manuel. Yeah, I feel like you have like this hatred towards feminists.
I do actually.
Do you really?
Yeah. Because I'm a macho man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mexican.
You're a narcissistic piece of shit douchebag is what you are. Is what it is.
But I'm really just kidding. No, I mean, I respect women. I going back to the chivalry thing, like I think I personally still, go through with it. And if encounter a woman that wants to be independent, I'll let it be. But soon enough, she'll realize that what I stand for.
And that's not feminism.
So,
Machismo. Okay, so I have a couple other things too where people wrote in. Mm-hmm. We're just going to answer a couple of their questions. Okay. All right. So let me look some up. Here's one up. A couple of people wrote in about like political stuff, but I really don't want to go down that road because it just ends up being a Debbie Downer. But they have some other stuff that they wrote up too. So, well, let me ask this. This is a personal question.
Okay. You
don't have to answer it. Have you been in a serious relationship before?
Yes.
How long was your serious relationship?
I'd say like almost like 5 years.
5 years. That's pretty good. That's a long time. Yeah. That's a long time. Manny?
Serious relationship. What?
2 months. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
No.
Never have. Never.
Serious relationship.
Well, okay, so somebody asked this question and they wanted a woman's perspective from it, okay?
Yeah.
And he writes, being in a relationship is a work in progress, but would it be possible to change in the middle to have an open relationship and it still be meaningful?
Say yes. But I'd say it has to be like presented in the same way, and the other person obviously has to be on the same page.
So yeah,
as you or not.
I mean, yeah,
you know?
I would think you would have to be on the same
you
page
can have
with
those, like relationships where you're like, okay, obviously I might still care a lot about you, but I might
if you're at that point to where you're thinking about being in an open relationship, do you think you should just call it off and say fuck this?
No.
So I
would not.
No. You could be in an open relationship?
Yes.
Manny?
No, I definitely cannot.
No, I don't think I could either. I don't understand. I think from a guy's perspective, you can't be in an open relationship.
I think it's probably the jealousy.
Openly.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I can be, but you cannot, so...
Right.
I'm okay with that.
It's like one-sided, one-sided openness.
No, I don't think it's
I don't think that's healthy.
Well,
almost kind of what was it? Polymorous? Polygamy?
I couldn't do it like with a person I knew I was going to be with. So if I knew I really like you, and like.
So let's say the guy that you were dating for 5 years.
Then he wants to suddenly be in an open relationship.
In an open relationship, would you be okay with that?
I would say we could be like... I don't think we could be in that committed, still a boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe. It would go into
so you wouldn't even be dating. It wouldn't even be serious
anymore.
It would
fall into that other category, I guess.
So there's no
but
point in being in an open relationship.
Fall out of being... I don't know.
Exclusive.
I think it would be. Unless, I don't know. Yeah.
So you can't do that.
I don't think, no. I don't think I think it depends on if I know that person is the person I want to be with. So, I've dated people and have been serious with people where I really couldn't see myself marrying them. But I really...
Did you see yourself dating, like the guy that you dated for 5 years? Did you see yourself marrying him at one point?
Yes.
Would you?
But other long-term relationships that I've been in, like this other guy that I was in, like for 3 years.
Sure.
Like I didn't really think.
It was just kind of.
I think there would be like too many steps to get me to the point of marrying him.
Yeah.
But still, I didn't want to not be with him. Yeah. I guess. So like in that case, I think it could have been, but in the other serious one, no, because I could see myself like marrying him. So why am I going to? But then I think like it's because I don't want anybody else to be with him. Like obviously, I want to be with him forever, you know. So then I think it'd be just like a more of a jealousy thing. But if
you don't think it could still be meaningful, then at like if it's just okay. So if this person is saying we're together. Yes. Eventually, we're fucking gonna get married, right?
Right.
At this point right now where we're at, I want to see other people. Would you be okay with that? Do you think that that's something that can...
And stay with that person?
And stay with that person, yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny is like I have a few friends that are doing this right now.
Yeah.
That are together, gonna get married, quote unquote, and then... They're in an open relationship where it's just kind of, I guess you would say, strictly sexual.
I think, see, that would be the difference. I think if it would be sexual, I would allow it, if that sounds weird or not. But if it's more than that, I would not allow it.
Emotionally, you don't want them to be involved.
Emotionally, I don't want them to be involved.
Sexually, you'd be okay
Sexually, it would be fine.
On a case-by-case basis?
No, I, like, probably just across the line, I would accept that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Manuel?
Sir?
Because, I think emotionally
do you agree?
No. I mean, I initially said I would not be okay with that. Simply because I think, sex is like a connecting thing, and feelings are like a, same thing. So, no.
You are Las Vegas's Casanova.
Dude.
Okay? I don't see you putting a ring
both, though.
on your harem. Okay? You're like an Egyptian prince with a room full of chicks, so
no, sir. But I mean, some people, I respect people's, opinions. If I was to be in a relationship like that and a girl approached me and she was like, hey, listen, if you want to see other people, that's cool, but I still want you to love me. I want you to, respond to me and give me my attention.
So if you're in something monogamous,
right,
exclusive,
right,
you wouldn't want her to be in anything else, whether it's sexual, emotional, anything.
No.
What about for yourself?
No.
I don't believe that for 1 second. I know you would probably want some side bitches.
No.
None.
Yeah, because I'm like, I think you can have, like, there's two different types of, like, having sex. There's the hookup, not emotional sex, and then, like, the emotional sex. So if you're just having that with that person that you're with, that's fine. And if you're just, like, hooking up on the side or, like...
There's no fucking way I could do that.
Then whatever, you could.
No fucking way. I could do that. No. If I knew... Okay, so if I was in a relationship and I'm with some chick and she's over there fucking getting gorilla pounded by some fucking guy because for a sexual reason, there's no fucking way I can do that. Even though we're connected emotionally.
Emotionally, you couldn't handle it?
I couldn't handle that. No. Whether it's an insecurity or something, I don't know, but I don't want another man's
like
penis.
An insecurity like level, because if you like trust and you're secure in yourself in your relationship and whoever you're with, then you should be able to like trust them to do whatever.
I'd rather just not be in a serious
relationship. As long as you're
relationship.
open with it. I think if you're not being open and honest about it, then I think there's an issue.
I think that's
but I think if you can be open and honest about it, then I wouldn't see a problem. But as soon as they cross that line, then I would say it would be done.
Well, what's the line though?
That they're trying to be like hiding stuff or sneaky or
so if
not, you know what I mean? So if you were like, I'm gonna go see her, blah blah blah.
We're gonna go bang, and then
whatever.
You'd be fine with that.
Come back. As long as you're like safe and I know what you're doing and who you're
you
with.
Better,
I don't
you
know.
better fucking
like,
FaceTime me when you're fucking that chick.
No, not like FaceTime. I don't know. There's just.
I think eventually it would just kind of get in the way.
Because
I mean,
I don't
if
think
you
I could do it like long term.
You could look at it this way too, like friends with benefits.
Yeah.
I think people do that. I've done that. I've done the friends with benefits thing, and eventually emotions get involved. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And somebody ends up getting hurt, and it's like usually not me. You know what I'm saying? It's
usually the girl.
Well, I don't want to say it's usually the girl, but
or the guy, whichever comes.
Or the guy, whoever,
somebody,
yeah, whoever.
Well, yeah, because you're not in that committed relationship to start with. I think the problem with that is you start getting emotions when you shouldn't get emotions because you weren't there to begin with.
Well, I mean, I don't think you go into that thinking that you're going to have any sort of emotions attachment to friends with benefits. You know what I mean? It's just kind of something that just kind of happens with most people.
But if you're not on the same, I think you just need to like be on the same page about things and kind of like know your role. And if you step out of that, then you should end it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen because it does happen. But then at that point, you need to be like, all right, cool.
A lot of girls
obviously,
don't know
I'm liking you like that much, and now I'm stepping back. But if you're just that, then that's
but if you
are.
back off, now you're the jerk. You know what I mean?
Well, you just need to tell them. I don't know. I just think.
You ever been in that situation where you're a friends with benefits kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been in that?
Manny hasn't. He's he is the sweetest sweetheart around town.
I think, and this is my personal theory, I feel like the guy is at fault for causing those feelings. Yes. Yes.
Okay, stop now. Now. You're just trying to gain followers now to be on your side. That's complete.
No, I think that's
horseshit.
There's a point where you're leading somebody on, or you're letting them know what page you're on. Because if like a guy's starting to like invest more time, and a girl's taking that as like, oh look, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's like obviously investing more time in me, then you're obviously gonna think something's more into it when it's not.
But if I've like, always said. From the get-go,
I'm this, I'm that.
It's just a friends with benefits thing.
But you can totally tell. You can tell between, like,
I gave you the disclaimer.
Or
you signed it.
Anything. No,
it always goes.
Like, between, like, text exchange, between, like, you're talking. Yes. You know, kind of like where a girl's going or not, or where a guy's going or not.
I guess I can see that.
And then where it's, like, going there, you should just, like, be man enough to, like, check yourself. Or a girl should just, you know... girl enough to check herself and ask, or not ask. Same situation.
But at the same time, shouldn't a girl
like, afraid of like communication thing? I think it's a communication issue.
It is.
Where you should just be like, "Hey, I'm starting to get feelings for you. Do you have those too? Yes, no, great."
And then if I was to say no,
or you're not,
yeah,
you know what I mean. But I think
again, but it falls back
like
to the guy. He's still the asshole.
Everything. No, I think girls can be completely ridiculous too.
Yeah, I've met some bitches. Complete fucking cunts. I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna, and I apologize for using the C word, but
like some people
there are some CUNTs
I've used that.
Are you crying?
Yeah.
No, it's hot in here, and I got a goddamn beanie on.
Like, do you have the air
drinking?
Like,
no, he keeps it on 80 degrees because
shut the hell up.
He likes it to feel like Juarez in here.
It's like 76.
It's like a Mexican and used to it.
Yeah.
Next question. Okay. All right.
8
guy
inches.
writes.
What's up?
Fucking or making love, but I'd rather say fucking. You should still be trying to have Olympic-style sex in your 30s. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh, I agree.
Look, are you kidding me?
Well, define Olympic-style sex. I don't know what he's going by saying Olympic-style sex, but I'm sure he's talking about throwing his leg. Her legs, not his legs. Her legs behind his ear, and going to Pound Town. I think sex is key to a relationship, a lasting relationship.
I agree.
I think that's just kind of what he's kind of asking right there. Is just Should it be sexually active well into your 30s? I'm 33. Manuel is almost 30.
It's not even there.
29
And
next year.
Sabrina, you're in your 30s as well, right?
37.
37. You don't look it at all.
Thanks.
So you think...
Yeah, by far. If you don't, probably not going to see you again.
Are you just a plain like missionary kind of thing, or is it like
probably over the top?
What's over
Why
the
would
top?
You not?
Well, what's over the top?
I don't know. Why would you just missionary ever?
Just
ever.
I agree.
Like I don't even.
Some of the craziest things.
Understand. What? I don't know. I mean, like as you're like switching positions, maybe.
I mean, are you trying to get punched in the face?
No.
Like, what is over the
Still,
top?
like punching.
No,
I just think it
roped
should
up
be
and
like
hung upside down.
Fun and exciting. I don't know.
What is fun and exciting?
I don't. What is
your definition? And this is what it's all about.
Yeah,
Like
I remember when I was with the chick. I'm not gonna say when and where.
Or names.
Okay, or names. No.
No, that's
But I remember
no names.
she was asking me to choke her. Okay,
Right.
so
Done
I
that.
lightly pressed.
Yeah.
She kept saying harder.
Yeah.
She kept calling me a pussy.
Yeah.
Is that what you went?
I had to put my thumbs into
done
her throat, and
think it
air
depends
was
on-
cutting off, and I thought I
Yeah.
was about to murder her.
There's.
And then I let go, and then that's when she was like getting
Yeah.
off on that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's not for me.
I think it just
That's-
depends on the person, though. I've done that.
Is that Olympic style? Getting choked out?
No, I think it's just like whatever your preference would be, though. So
I definitely
it's
think
like
it should
whatever your like style is. I think it's like open to like trying new things. I don't
Regular.
think it should be like boring and whatever. It's like, hey, I want to try this. If you find out you like it, then great, keep doing it. If
Sure.
you don't like it, then cool, that's not for me. But like, if you like being choked, I'll choke you or something. You know what I
I
mean?
don't
I'm
like
not
being
gonna
choked.
like not allow like my partner to want. I don't
the
know.
weirdest
I
thing
think
you
I'm
ever
just-
had a guy ask you to do? You don't have to name his name or when or where, but what's the craziest thing
know.
you ever had a guy ask you to do to him? Finger in his butthole? Yes?
I think it's pretty
Yes.
normal.
A guy asked you to finger his asshole
Yeah, like
with the dildo or just your fingers?
it's just finger.
Did you do it?
I did. Well, why wouldn't you? Like if you're with that person, you know. I think it's not like a one night stand person though. It's like a person.
Clearly not. I would hope
obviously,
not. It's not someone
it's
you
like
just met at the bar.
Years, like it's been a good like what 3
Did you go-
5
how-
years with this person.
How far did you
If they're
go?
like, hey,
One knuckle? Two knuckles?
like-
Oh my god.
what
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Two
These
fingers?
days,
One
is there
finger?
knuckles?
I
Yeah,
would
those are
say
knuckles.
Okay.
one finger.
One whole finger.
So like a full
Yes.
4 inches.
How did he ask you
Yeah.
to finger his asshole?
He just
What was the
So-
tempo he requested?
no. So things were like progressing. He did stuff, and he's just like, so. Like, I want to ask you something. So I was like, well, just tell me.
This is in the
'cause-
middle while you guys are messing around? Or is
Yeah.
it just you're both reading
And he's
books
like,
in
can
the
I
bed?
ask you something? No, we're like in the middle
Okay.
of doing stuff. And he's just like, well, like, I want to ask you to do something. And I'm like, well, just tell me. Like, at this point, well, we've done all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't know why you're not just telling me what you want. And he's like, I just want you to do what I've just done to you. And I was like, oh,
Oh, so he pulled his finger out of your butthole.
all right.
Now he wants
Well,
your...
because he was doing like other things, and so I was like all of that, or
Can you be more specific by other things?
yeah, like so like anal stuff.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
So I was like-
We're tracking.
All right, well, I guess I'll just try that, and we'll see how it goes.
How'd it go?
So, I don't know, like, fine. I mean, he obviously liked it.
Like, I mean, were you going in his asshole like a fucking jackhammer? Or was it just like...
Have you not had... Like, it's not fun for girls that way either.
No,
obviously, I know... Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, I figured, like, I know what I like. So, obviously, I'm gonna, like, reciprocate that to, like, what you might... You know what I mean?
You were just rubbing his chili ring.
Well, yeah, you have to, like...
And then...
loosen stuff up.
Yeah, like you're popping...
I think it's more, it's like the whole, you know what I mean? You have to like know what you're doing.
No, I don't know. I never had a finger in my asshole.
Why? It's like the whole, if you know heard like...
You're milking his prostate.
Thing. Yes. It's like that.
Did it milk?
I guess it worked pretty good. He didn't complain.
So this ended up being a regular thing.
Not like regular, which is weird because I kind of was like, okay, great. Now this is going to have to happen all the time.
All the time.
But then sometimes, like, you know what I mean? It's like as you're like going that direction, like they like push you away and you're like, oh, good. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't want like my partner not to be just as satisfied as like I would be. I mean, it's just kind of like coaching section.
Was it hairy?
The whole thing anyways.
Did it look like the rainforest on his asshole?
It wasn't that bad.
No, you were
obviously hairy.
Picking through a tuft of hair,
like wax. No,
okay,
it's not like that. Ridiculous. I couldn't do that.
We talked about this on the last episode.
Yeah, yes,
of course.
Would you lick a guy's asshole? You don't have to answer that. I mean, you're already sticking fingers in there. Because I bring that up.
Okay, so I do have to say it was like I did, but it was like strictly after
the shower,
like
right?
A shower.
Yeah, he wasn't dropping dookie bombs and then
because I couldn't do that part of it. But it's like we were just in the shower, and then after the shower, it was like, oh look, now, like it was more like a surprise for him, and he just worked out.
Sure,
and I was kind of surprised.
And clearly, he liked it because he wants fingers in his butthole.
Well,
who
wouldn't though?
Manuel?
I think whoever hasn't like done that.
He tried. Know. So Casanova over here tried telling me he's never had his butthole licked on. I don't believe that for one fucking second.
I don't know. I don't think unless I was.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
No, I think like I wouldn't have gone after that like straight out without being asked to do it.
Out of the shower.
I mean, he didn't ask me to do that, but like I kind of knew that's where he was getting at.
Heat of the moment.
Because
it
was like
pushed on top of the head.
Like I've had the pushing in the back, and I've just done the finger, but I have not done.
Was he sitting doggy style while he was pushing?
No.
He wasn't on his hands and knees.
No.
His legs were just in the air.
No.
I'm trying to picture this right now.
Okay, so let me further explain. So the first time, right, when he's like, well, do what I just did, I was like, well,
he couldn't say it outright. He just said, do what I just did.
Yeah. Well, and obviously what he just did.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we'll just like finger kind of back there. Because I just was like, well, I don't really.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we'll obviously test the waters and see how this works out. So then that happened, which was fine. And then it was probably like numerous times later. Well, I'm like, obviously I know what he's getting at, you know? Like, we'd just gotten out of the shower. So then, I don't know, like, he was just, like, laying there, like, on his stomach. So, I just figured, like, you know, like, I was just, like, kissing him. No! So, I was just kissing him, so I was like, meh.
He's
I guess, like, at least you're, like, showered, so I'll just see if you're, like, receptive to this. And he was.
He was breathing.
And I was like, oh. Yeah, he was breathing.
He's on his stomach.
Like, he's on his stomach. So,
and then you just go in there and spread his butt cheeks
open.
open.
I didn't just, like, dive in. That's ridiculous. No, you know, like, when you're just, I don't know, like, it's like foreplay stuff. You know what I mean? When you're just, like, messing around or, like, kissing him and stuff like that. And then I'm like, well, just kissing, like, a little bit, like, down his back or whatever.
Yeah.
or like maybe on the cheeks, and he just was like super receptive, like started to play with himself. So I'm like,
he arched his back. And...
I guess I'm just gonna stay here. At least I know you just showered, and that's
commend
clean.
you.
So I was like, whatever, I'll just try this out. I'm not saying I would. You would definitely have to like shower, and then I would not without a shower.
I think more women should do that. I think more women should do that.
Work out pretty well, and
not so much.
Not
I mean,
don't
do
every time.
Yeah, don't dive in with the finger. Okay.
No,
nobody wants to go.
I don't want that either, though. I think that's the thing. I know I would be like, "What are you doing?"
Sweet kisses on the cheeks, and then go
work
from
your way
there.
into
Yeah,
it, and I wouldn't do that every time.
I can tell you one thing: I definitely don't want a finger in my fucking asshole.
Who?
That's for sure.
I don't know.
Some would. You demonstrated that. So, Manny,
what's up?
Nothing.
No, nothing. I'm just taking it all in.
That's what she said. Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Literally. All right, let's go to the next questions.
Right.
This is from a girl. Again, I'm not gonna put any names out. Best or worst threesome experience? Manny.
So,
or you want to go first?
No, he can.
Manny. Nothing? Or are you still trying to put that stamp in your...
Yeah, I've never had that experience. But, you know, anyone listening, you know.
Willing.
My
Willing?
email is... I'm just kidding.
Put it
Hit me up.
Put it out there, brother.
Just kidding. But, no, yeah, I've never had that experience. I'm not...
Are you eager to do something like that?
No, I was about to get to that. I'm not, like, looking to, like, out there seeking for it actively. But, yeah.
I mean, that's an accolade most men want.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a fantasy. Like,
sure.
every guy wants to.
Sure.
You're talking about
two chicks.
Oh!
No, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Let's back up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want you to look like a goddamn rotisserie chicken in KFC. Calm down. Jesus Christ. 2 chicks, bro. Not...
Yeah, most definitely.
2 dudes.
Hit me up.
Fuck.
If you're in the 89084 area. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. In Las Vegas, if that's what anybody's wondering.
Just kidding, guys. No, I've never had the experience. But I'm going to pass this over to Sabrina and listen to this story.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Was it
so
2
what
dudes
was the question,
or 2 chicks?
Like 2 don'ts?
Have you ever... Hold on, let me bring it back up. So, the person wrote... best worst threesome experience.
Best or worst?
Yeah. Or both, if you've been in that situation more than once.
Right?
No judging.
I mean, yeah. So, in both scenarios, it was 2 guys.
Okay.
And I think it went pretty... Like, so the one was really good because I think, like, good... Maybe, like, switching off roles. Maybe.
Wait, was it, like, bisexual?
No.
What do you mean by, like, switching roles?
Like,
because both situations was 2 dudes and you, right?
Yeah. So, like, what are you doing compared to what I'm doing? And, like, switch to opposite.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
Worked out great. So, I think the worst was probably, like... Well, because I think there's obviously that, like, person
were you a lot younger
that you're...
when you were going through all this? Or was somewhat...
Like...
around now?
Years.
Okay.
Couple years.
Okay.
Year,
gotcha.
2 years.
Yeah.
3 years. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, in my 30s.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but the worst case one was, well, I don't know. I guess like 2. So, was like, so you pretty much know, like, well, in both cases, like, obviously it was with the same, like, main guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Was this the guy you were dating?
Not, like, dating. We were seeing each other.
On and off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're
not
like
even
best
that.
friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so we're like, we just hook up all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But we're like
Friends with
really good
benefits.
friends. Yeah. So we're friends with benefits, but we're like best friends.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And then we did it with like this one person. And I was like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, that worked out pretty good. Whatever, you know. Might have like a drink or two. Or
Sure.
shot of tequila or so before. But then the second time was with somebody, like with the same person but somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that second time, I think what bugged me, it's like I wanted more of the person I'm with. You know what I mean? So it's like
the
if
friends
I'm with
benefits.
so if I'm with like the main
Sure.
person, like the second person wouldn't leave me alone. And I'm like, dude, like
Chill out.
I'm not like that into you.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like played along, but maybe now like I just realized like it's not as fun or whatever. You know what I mean? And I would just rather
he couldn't pick
be
up
with like
on it.
obviously the main person. Yeah. So I think worst case scenario was like getting across to that second person that you're like, dude, like, that was cool and all, but I don't want that anymore. So just.
So I mean, did you guys like with the one where you had the worst experience,
Right.
quote air quotes?
I mean,
Was this something you guys like? Did you guys go out before that? Did you have a few drinks? Or was it just hey, come over and let's just dive right into
totally
this?
like drinks? Yeah,
Feel the
no,
vibe.
totally drinks because it was like one of his friends, so it's like I know him obviously too.
Yeah.
So it's not like just some random like hookup.
You knew the guy.
Yeah, so I've known him for years or whatever. So like I knew like what he was getting at, and I was like, well, obviously I was drinking. Like I didn't care at that point, whatever. So I was like, well, whatever. Obviously it's happened with this other person.
Yeah.
So whatever if you want to. But I mean, it wasn't the same. Like it was just.
Do you still talk
whatever
to that guy?
if you want to? Well, yeah, I still talked about.
No, not the main dude, but the one that was really
side dude.
Side dude of the main dude.
Yeah, I mean we're just. Yeah, I mean I still like if we see each other. I'm like, oh hey, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but it was so
like,
it wasn't
cool.
too awkward to where it wasn't.
No, I mean because he was pretty good with like getting
guy.
the point. So
Sure.
I was like, well, and then I'm pretty for it too. So it's not like I'm gonna be like, yeah, keep. And I'm like, no, like just stop. And he was like, okay, and he's just like respectful, obviously, in that manner where he's not gonna keep like bugging me, and then just like let me allow to do what I want to with the other person. You know what I mean? So and whatever. Like at that point, I didn't care if he watched or not watched because obviously you've already seen
into it,
whatever.
thing,
But I mean, it didn't happen again with that person. You know what I mean? The only thing that I wanted was like the girl situation, which I haven't had yet.
You've never been with two girls, one guy.
No, which we've tried like multiple times, but then they got too drunk, so we just left them alone.
The girls got too drunk.
Yeah,
that would have woken her up.
We tried
I feel
to
like that
there's like
be
a point
tough
to be like
thing for you. Like as from a
not,
female's
like,
perspective, it should be like
no, and it was
cake.
just really weird because it was like the same girl. Like I don't know. I think it was just not meant to be. Maybe I don't know. But we tried like multiple times. Same girl
with the same dude.
Yes, same dude
That's
and
initiated.
Same girl.
Gotcha.
Yes, and it's just never. So we're like,
what about just picking up a different chick? I mean, you're in Las Vegas.
I mean,
there's.
I know, but I just don't do
chicks
a lot of
everywhere.
I don't do that anyways. Like I have to like know you. I'm not gonna just go out and have like a one night stand and like have a threesome with some random person.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously I'm gonna like want that kind of like respect and trust level with somebody to like allow them. So it's like I obviously respected and trusted that guy to allow me and him to have other people join us or not join us, you know? So it's like
Was this the finger in the asshole guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
What
I knew it.
that guy.
I feel like I'm playing this movie in my head. And like, you can actually visualize this. Like, you're going back. And
I'm there. Yeah, I'm the director.
Yeah. You're like
I'm the
distributor of everything. No, but I think a part of it too is like, it's good. I think if you want to have like healthy relationship, one, you're going to want to like, I think, please the other person, and you want them to please you, and I just think it's like a huge part of like a relationship though.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not going to be able to have like a happy, good, long-term relationship if you're not going to like try other things, because I'm like, if I don't want to fuck you, I'm not going to be with you.
Wholeheartedly.
You know?
But I have friends right now that are in miserable fucking relationships. They are miserable. They talk about it to me all the fucking time.
Right.
But they're still with that person. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
I have people like that too.
You know what I mean?
I'm just like, why are you with them? Fucking idiots.
You just gotta pull chocks and bust
I
out.
don't know.
Manuel?
I mean...
I don't even know why I'm asking you. Casanova over here just spreading his seed like it.
What are you talking about?
He's goddamn horticulture.
One woman guy.
I don't want it all the time though.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying like you want a threesome all the time. You know what I mean? But it's like once in a while you like switch it up, and then you're like, well, that was fun, and back to
that's
like
that open relationship
everything.
You're talking about from before.
Yeah,
So
I mean, obviously, it was like
you
an
always
open,
prefer
but
like
even if
an
I was
open
with somebody
relationship?
like seriously, I would allow. So, like, we're in a serious relationship, we're like exclusive. So if they're like, yeah, I want a threesome, like I would allow that because I know it's just for like a sexual purpose, and then they would drop that as long as like I could initiate it. I think.
Like, what do you mean by
you
initiating it? Like, you would have to bring it up, or you go out
No,
and
I
pick
mean
the
like
girl?
he could bring it up, but
He can't just go out with his homeboys and be like, hey,
exactly.
I got a girl.
He's like, I found this girl that I really like, and I want to like bring her
get in the
home.
shower.
I would be like, no. You know what I mean? I think you'd have to be like, it would have to be like on like my own terms. I think.
Yeah, that's just
I would allow
that's
it.
too stressful. Too fucking stressful.
Whatever.
I don't think I could do any of that. I'd rather just be with one person instead of like dealing with let's bring in another chick and then let's go through it. You can pick him out. Blah blah blah.
Wait, have you
I don't think it's like a all the time deal.
No, I
though.
have.
You have?
Yeah.
So what was so bad about it that you don't want to...
Nothing was bad. I was in my 20s. Nothing was bad about it. I think right now I'm just a grumpy 33-year-old old man.
It's like I'm super grumpy.
I don't want to fucking go through all that horse shit.
I'm not saying I want
as
to do
far
it all the
as
time.
like, not even necessarily like all the time. Just even the
like
first
once
time.
in a while. Like once in a while, you're like, man, like this person's cool. Like they're into it. Fine, we'll try it.
I'd rather
We'll
jerk
do
me
it,
off
and
with the
then,
fucking
like,
fleshlight.
whatever.
We'll call that a threesome. You know what I mean? I think that would be get
buy me a good toy.
Get the Christy
I'm
Mac
good.
fleshlight. Jack me off with it. Talk in a high pitched voice.
Yeah,
We will call that a
it just
threesome.
depends on the person.
Yeah.
Though I think you need to like respect what that person wants.
Sure.
She said respect. She threw the word respect in there.
And if you
Put some respect on my name.
you know, if like you're not into that, good, great. You're not into that. If you are, then see. And if you're,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
like
no,
I
but I
don't
just
see
think,
anything
like,
wrong
you
with
should
it. If you're
be-
open with your partner,
yeah,
great.
I think that matters.
For me,
Yeah, exactly. So you want somebody who doesn't.
I
want
can't
that.
do
That's
that.
Great.
Yeah, that's just like.
I think
That's
it's
just way
comes
too
back
much
to
fucking-
that whole communication thing. If you're
Ugh,
not open
I can't
and
do it.
have communication, then
I don't know. I think that's just
Find a
like white
person or
people
not.
stuff. But
white people.
I don't know. That's
It's ridiculous.
Back,
Such a lie.
back to the other questions. Okay. If a woman had a penis for an hour, or if a man had a vagina for an hour, what would you do with it?
I'll get the biggest dildo. I'll get the biggest dildo they have out there.
If you had a pussy for an hour,
that's what you would do.
You would just start shoving stuff up it?
Yeah. Like, okay, all right. What is this? Oh, hot dog? Gone. Just kidding.
No, you're not. I don't think you are.
No, he's like, I'm going to go to the store and buy, like, the biggest.
The biggest? Yes, I was kidding. But, I don't know.
You're trying to stick a fist up your own fucking pussy.
No, I would not. Ooh, thoughts on that, Sabrina?
No fist.
No fist.
No.
So it sounds like a,
No, well, I'm like asking you, no. Casanova.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you had a vagina.
If you had a vagina.
If I had a vagina.
Would you try to stick your own shit? Like, I feel like this beer bottle that you're sucking down right now would probably be up it.
Maybe like the first 10 inches of it.
You drink 10 inches? Is that even...
Not even.
I know, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I think I would masturbate. To see what it felt like. Just to see what.
Right.
I mean, it's a weird question because it's like, are you a guy with a vagina at that point, or do you construct a woman's body with a vagina, or a woman with a man's body and a penis for an hour?
Right.
So what is
make a difference?
It's a huge difference. Because if I was shaped like a hot chick, I'm probably gonna go try to bang some dudes. Right?
You're like,
right?
Look pretty hot.
Yeah. If I'm a hot chick for an hour,
gonna go pick up on some guys. Is what you would do.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if it'd be BBC because I don't want to get it ripped apart.
Right.
But. I mean, if you had a dick for an hour, are you just helicoptering in the mirror for an hour?
Probably would. I would helicopter and then I would pee, probably.
Standing up. Chicks can pee standing up without a dick, by the way.
But not.
It's just it's the old pinch and lift. You ever heard of the pinch and lift?
Yeah, you would have to
pinch it,
yeah, exactly.
Lift it up.
It's a lot of work.
That thing's shooting out
I
straight.
would say.
I've seen it.
I think it would be the whole like, you know what I mean? Like you pee in the snow. Like I would be like writing your name in the snow.
You're in Vegas.
Or I know that's why it wouldn't work out.
You're gonna pee in the sand.
That's what my issue would be right there, being in Vegas. But then I would say helicopter.
So your whole thing was just you just want to pee standing up. If you have a dick
I'd say
for an hour,
convenience
you have an
peeing wherever, like
8-inch soft
trip,
dick.
I can be like, oh, hand me that empty cup, and I'll just like.
No, you should be masturbating on a bus.
That's
what you should be doing.
I just feel like,
If I had a vagina and tits,
See, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's
see.
Yeah. I'm on the strip, shaking everything. I'm not holding back. I'm not sitting in the living room shoving Coke bottles up it.
He's like working it.
Yeah. It's a vagina. That doesn't come around every day.
Every day.
Yeah. So. Let's see what else. Here's a random one. Would you rather live in a world of Game of Thrones or Walking Dead? Do you watch any of those?
Oh, I watch both.
Are you looking for zombies or dragons?
Dragons.
You want to do Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I would totally do Game of Thrones. Fuck. Like, I love Walking Dead, but...
I couldn't get through the first...
Repeat. What are you doing?
3 episodes
like,
of Walking Dead.
Are you circling the same side of, like, the fucking
boring.
continent?
It's
this
boring.
whole entire time?
Yeah.
And just meeting new zombies? Like, whatever.
Exactly.
But Game of Thrones...
Great show.
It's like,
and they're only doing one more season.
I'm sad. And you have to wait for it, so it's like...
June?
What's supposed to be...
25th?
Instead of April or whatever.
You're almost there.
I'm sad. Yeah, totally Game of Thrones.
Manny?
I'll be looking for dragons, too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you a big Game of Thrones fan?
I wouldn't say big. I don't watch...
Are you caught up?
Either or. No, I'm not.
Fuck you.
But...
Yeah.
You can't answer this question, then.
We need to get you there.
The girls are hotter
In what?
Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, clearly. Clearly. They're much hotter
I'm not
in Game
like
of Thrones.
desolate and bloody and gross because I'm fighting zombies. They're like,
are you a Harry Potter fan?
Out of like the fire, burning naked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Do you watch Harry Potter?
I did watch him. Yeah, I watched the Harry Potter
all
movies.
of them.
Like,
Yeah.
read?
Or did you read any of them?
No. Why would I read it?
I only bring that up because somebody wrote.
I would watch
and
it.
Talked about Harry Potter.
What they say? Like I watch the movies, but to me, I'm like, meh. It's that whole thing with like every movie and book scenario. Though you're either gonna read the book, and then you just should not watch the movie because you know it's gonna be like shit. Or you're going to just watch the movies and enjoy the movies. You know what I mean? Because I think, like, at that point, if I, like, really like the movie, I'm not going to read the book. Because I know then I'll just hate all the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to continue not reading the book because I really like the movies.
Have you been to Harry Potter Land?
No.
I mean, I've been dying to go to that.
Really?
Yeah. I heard
There's, like, amazing. A coffee shop that's, like, Harry Potter themed.
Here?
Yeah, in Henderson. Have you not been there?
No.
What?
We're going.
It's pretty cool.
Where is this?
It's cool. It's
Is it like Green Valley, Henderson area?
No. It's like on Eastern, and do you know Eastern?
I've been here 2 weeks.
And like
2 weeks.
You've been here 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 days, 2 hours,
23 minutes.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
I got here 2 weeks ago.
But it's pretty cool. So
Is
they have like literal. No, it's like this little shop, and it's like Harry Potter theme, and you're like, oh, it's really cool.
Well,
and they have
what makes
like
a Harry Potter theme?
Because like their decorations, and you're
Are
like,
they dressed like wizards?
They're not dressed as wizards.
Well,
like
I don't want to fucking go if they're not dressed like wizards. No, I want the whole thing.
The whole like you're surrounded by the Harry Potter theme.
Yeah,
and it's cool. And they have like coffee and beer.
Butterbeer.
So they have both.
Do they have butterbeer?
So you can do both. I think so. I didn't get a butterbeer.
I've been wanting to try the butterbeer. That's the only reason why I want to go to Universal Studios is to try the butterbeer.
I should see if they have it. Where's my... Hand me my phone and I'll find it for you. Like, I specifically asked my like girlfriends, I'm like, okay, so we have to go to coffee at this one place because... Is it Bad Owl? I think it's called Bad Owl.
Fat Albert?
Bad Owl.
Bad Owl.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We'll go for Fat Albert.
Yeah. But just not into that Harry Potter that I would be. I mean, it was cool. I wouldn't. I couldn't get past Harry Potter
first
Land.
movie. The first movie after that.
Did you read the book?
No.
What? And you couldn't get
it's a Harry Potter book. Who the hell reads that shit?
Seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, you're lying, Manuel.
Right there.
Where?
Do you have like one? I don't even see it.
He doesn't have it. He's lying. He's putting it on the front. There's no fucking Harry Potter book over there.
Is it like what to expect? Like when you're expecting books?
Mm.
I'll tell you about
That's
that
all
story.
in my lap.
And what to do face down on the bed?
See?
What's next, Jerry? Let us have it. We want to hear it all from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, she's ready. She's ready to spiel.
I don't. I mean, that's it for questions. I mean, unless you guys have anything as far as like, yeah. Is there anything you've been wanting to talk about, or? I really don't want to get in the fucking presidential or anything.
Because we're so close to it.
There's some people that are talking about. Do you have a specific person you're going to vote for?
That's controversial.
I mean, I do. More than likely,
Just
but
keep in mind that I'm Mexican, okay?
I know you're Mexican.
Are you going Trump? More than likely.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I would say.
You're out.
Not that I agree with everything. I don't agree with everything on either person. I think that's like every election, though. You kind of just pick.
We're doomed with either other.
You're picking the worst of
evil.
two evil, exactly, yeah. And you're just like, well.
So I have
this person's super fucked up, so I'm just gonna go with this kind of fucked up person, even though he might be kind of fucked up in other places. Like, at least he's not fucked up like you, and then you just pick that person. Like, it irritates me that there's not like a independent party or something.
Well, I mean, there is
Libertarian person.
Gary Johnson.
I might just vote for them.
Yeah.
But then you kind of know.
And you can write in Bernie Sanders.
But I think it depends on what state you're in, too. Because, like in Nevada, it matters in a way. You know what I mean? I think you have a bigger say in, like, a swing state than in a non-swing state.
Sure.
So, like, back in Idaho, like, it didn't fucking matter who you voted for. Like, they're all going to be one party. You know what I mean? So, I think it matters more now than before.
Are you going to vote in November for Proposition 2?
What's that one? I need to read all this stuff.
Recreational weed in Nevada?
Yes, I would.
Vote yes?
Yes, I would vote yes.
Yeah.
Because I think that's missing out on, like, the whole benefits of it. I mean, there's ridiculous amount of studies.
Huge benefits.
Huge studies. Like, medically with, like, seizures. I mean, like,
well, I mean, you can do it medically now.
Yeah, but I think, like, across the
recreational
board, people still have this, like, stigma about it, which is stupid, where you can get whatever kind of, like, pharmacy, you know, drugs trying to, like, almost, like, manipulate the system, you know? Pharmaceutical companies that are...
Your lobbyists.
Wanting, where, like, one thing can cure all these things, or help, like, with seizures, or help with pain, or help with, like, depression or anxiety or whatever, and still feel like a normal person, where all these other crazy drugs do who knows what to your system and causes all kinds of crazy side effects, when there's this, like, one thing that's, like, naturally made or whatever that can just solve it.
Have you been to Colorado lately since they passed the law?
I have been to Colorado, but after, like, before they passed it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The same thing.
So you haven't been when they passed the law. You can go in, they have dispensaries.
No.
So on my way down, I came and stopped in Colorado, went in a dispensary.
Right.
Well, first off, I went in this like little small mining town. It was like 20 people. Dispensaries everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. And I walked into one. And I talked to the guy. And he's just from talking to him, he said, like, the economy in that town boosted so much.
Ridiculous.
Huge.
Like, they're giving back, like, if you see the benefits of, like, how much, like, when the people are getting, the schools are getting, like, everybody's benefiting to, like, a ridiculous amount where you're like, it's stupid if you don't do it. You know what I mean?
Compared to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a tourist town.
But I still think, like,
you're going to make most of your money from tourists.
But then, like, if you think about, like, the rest of Nevada is not Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Las Vegas is like this, Reno, like the strip or whatever. Like, even if you live outside of Las Vegas, you're not in the strip. Like, where I live, like, whatever, if I'm in Henderson, like, I don't go to the strip. Like,
well, I mean,
could
Henderson
care less
is
about
still
it, you know?
considered Las Vegas.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I still think it's just a part of the whole, like, scheme of things. And you have the rest of Nevada that could benefit from other
economy
things.
Would boom. And I can almost guarantee it's gonna pass.
Yeah.
It's gonna pass. I have
I just think it's
friends in culinary school right now. I go to culinary school, and they're all like, as soon as this passes, we're gonna open a bakery.
Seriously.
And just do edibles.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're gonna be filthy fucking rich.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Filthy fucking rich.
I think it should just be like federally. They should like make it happen. Okay. You know what I mean?
You will see that in your lifetime.
Yeah,
you'll guarantee. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
you'll see it in your lifetime.
And I think it should. I mean, I just think it's stupid that they're not. They're making it. They allow alcohol.
Yeah,
but yet they don't let weed
chew tobacco.
Go through. It's stupid.
It's like trying to quit heroin.
Yeah.
Though I don't know what fucking heroin's like.
You have cigarettes, but you don't have like
exactly.
marijuana. It's I think it's pretty. The stigma on it is ridiculous. Where they should just let it happen.
And well, anything? You've been really fucking quiet as opposed to last week. Because last week you were off the fucking rails.
Well, no, I'm just.
I mean, you were talking about planking in the toilet.
Yeah,
that was true.
Really
did you
piss and boner jams?
I have not tried it.
You haven't tried it yet? Do you
Normally,
really do that?
I wait until
is what I want to know.
I do.
You really plank?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
Make sure it didn't happen. Let me see.
My thing is,
Actually,
like,
I'm
gonna
normally...
call you in there.
That's what I want to know. Because, one, normally, the toilet is close to the tub. So are you on the tub planking?
Sideways.
Or off?
I'm sideways. I'm parallel.
No, but I'm saying parallel.
I'm planking parallel.
Like, this way. Yeah, parallel. Like, the back of the tank's here. Like, you're parallel.
Yeah.
So, like, if the tub's here, your feet are on the tub.
Legs curled up. These are my legs. Do you see what I'm doing?
Oh, I got you now.
Resting against the wall.
Right.
Core strength. Again.
So that explains all the pubes on the toilet. Okay. I'm reading.
It wouldn't even be on the
Nature
toilet
of the
because
beast.
it'd be, like, in.
Nature of the beast.
You're getting a workout and you're peeing.
One, the pubes are not on the seat, so they're not going into your own body.
It actually seems smarter.
Exactly.
It's like twofold.
If you ever get the chance to experience a boner, Sabrina.
So if I had a boner,
pushing that fucking thing down, pushing your fucking boner down and trying to piss is the worst goddamn thing in the world.
It's like sipping to a straw.
I'm usually like
why don't you just
3 feet back from the bowl, leaning forward, my hands on the wall.
Are you serious?
In front of it, angling my dick into the toilet. Yeah. You have to do that
all the time.
You can't
I'm not
push
understanding.
Well, this is morning one. When you're trying to wake up in the morning, you're pissing.
So you just take care of that.
You're
in the
on
morning.
full ramrod. You can't just push that thing down. It's cut. It's gonna cut the tube off.
And it's gonna stop anyways.
It's stopping.
So might as well
or
plink
it's
it.
going all over the fucking
See, I don't
place.
have that issue. So yay.
Again, pinch and lift.
Perfect.
That's all you got to worry about. Or pissing on yourself.
But if you are camping, it's the best thing ever. You wake up and you're just like out there, like
and you just let it
go.
go.
What are you pissing in your face?
He just kind of like angles it.
That kind of thing that like curves directly up 90 degrees.
Into your face?
Just
lets it like shoot out like a waterfall.
Straight out, yeah.
Like it's
best
like
thing
on
ever.
a show.
It's just
It's like
you're free.
Yeah. Well, mine weighs about 6 pounds. It's like all over the place. Yeah, it's like a fire hose.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Nah.
You guys got anything to say? Nothing.
Mm-mm.
You got anything to plug?
Anything
Do you want
else?
to plug your IG, your Instagram, Facebook?
I think this was a great,
No, it was good.
beginning.
It was good. It was really good.
What's about to come?
What's to come?
That's what she said.
Well,
That's what you wish she said.
I never heard it. It's a good. We got a woman's perspective. That's what the people asked for. That's what they wanted.
Bam.
And, yeah. They definitely got it. So, nothing. IG.
What? No.
Don't want to plug anything.
No.
You don't have any shows or anything. That's a mic. I'm not hit you in the face.
You know what?
Just hit her in the face.
Let's go like.
Again, that's it. That's another episode of Just That Casual Podcast. With me on my left, I have the Casanova Manny. He's always with me. And the beautiful Sabrina. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have you come back on another time and we can talk a little bit more about it.
Now tuning in to Just That
enjoy, everybody. And Just That Casual Podcast at gmail.com. Right in. We're out of here. Bye.
To Just That Casual Podcast. Prepare for orgasms.